It may not be a consistent, but on occasion, absolutely. And again, for Guild, you have to say, this is such a revitalized roster. I think we've all seen the lows of Guild and see them now starting to stretch into what really could become quite a legacy here. It's going to be interesting to see how that develops over time. Again, this is a step in the right direction for Guild. Both of them sitting in dangerous spots on the overall board. Nuki does get out with his life for now. Needs to be very careful here. That looked tailor-made for him almost, but has managed to keep his life. And they do clear close, but nothing really found for a lot of early investment. Yes, they've garnered shower control, but again, they do peel away from this, and they still have to get past that next level on towards the site.
I've got your trail.
This will be invested here. Showers, but Nuki actually wants to open things up here. Meadow now will be called upon on short. Lots of pressure coming his way, but Safe has found his way all the way to backside somehow.
Yeah, tell me how he got there so comfortably, but Mixwell is still alive, but it does seem like a question of how long, not particularly safe on the TP, but speaking of, he's there waiting, finds Mixwell, and the spike gonna go down, and Avova, well, he was on the other side of the site, and Guild, hey, I was questioning, was it enough just to take that shower control? Well, you saw the burst off the back of it, absolutely beautiful. A lot was invested to garner that, and you can see the absolute fruit of all that labor. And Avova's gone down. Nothing more to be found of that. 3 still stand for Guild, and this is looking...
It's for Guild. And
yep.
The thing is, you think that ultimately he's not creating any pressure by getting under heaven there. You know, he's not taking an active angle towards anyone. But it's actually the rest of Guild. They know that they can just force their way up the site then.
It's very impressive. Very, very impressive. Now we have to ask the question to G2. Can you turn one of these rounds? Can you do a bit of damage? Can you keep them honest? Mixwell's certainly going to try and make that the case. Going to find Leo. And that's now Showers back under the G2 banner, but again, you got to look at the rest of Guild. What can they do with this? They're still a little, not necessarily one-dimensional, but it looked like that bit of a stack that was coming out from the defending side of G2 has now been somewhat dismantled, and they're going exploring on the other side of the map. So already keep that in the back of your minds that Hoodie's got a fair amount of information if they do try and peel away from this.
Ultimately, it allows G2 to stay in this 3-man setup on A as well. He will be spotted, and they know about Mixwell as well. See how Guild approach this now.
Here.
So little available for Guild, though. We talked about how much space someone like Safe was able to garner last time. They're actually working with very little this time. And it does look like Avova's starting to consider floating back towards that A site now, especially with the site being under so much pressure. Coldamenta going to clear out Meadow, but there's a trade out. Mixwell does at least find one. Nuki again does damage towards Rust. This isn't out of the realms of possibility yet. It is a 2v2, but the problem is the players that were there are pretty far away. Now, keep in mind where Hoodie's working back in from. We noted that flank earlier on. Now it could come through. The divide's gone up. And this is tough work for Hoodie. Does he even gets a free upgrade? Flash through the wall. Position now noted. Avova can relay any information off the back of that. Taps the spike, and actually no one can easily check on this. And Trex going to be the first one to try and work forward. Yeah, this is going to be a free halfway at the very least. Trex has to respect... Wait, please check on this!
The benefit of the original Cosmic Divide to relocate here. He gets the upgrade. A perfect read on this. Guild, yes, it's a fumble, but just with Avova's line.
At least coming back towards G2, at least to fashion this purchase. It's not perfect by any means, but it will do the job. So a Guild can bring out this time. We've seen some lovely set pieces from them. That should be the op now noted, or at least considered. And how much information they got, but they certainly know Mixwell is lingering around by long, and he's not actually backing away from this either. He's put in a very close angle and Safe. He's gone past him. He had no idea. Caught blinded, and the clear out from long is just perfection. Rust deletes Avova, leaving Hoodie all on his lonesome. Did they know Hoodie earlier? Keep in mind he's used both of his flashes. They've got to be aware Sky's around somewhere. But at this point, look at the site. And again, Safe pushing further and further, just infecting the rest of the map. This is nastiness. And they're essentially going to have, what, a 4v1? Yes, there's a counter flank in the form of Nuki, but he's going to have to take way longer. And Meadow checking towards Shower. Oh dear, and Safe. Oh! Almost got a little dicey, but yes, the snake bite didn't quite go as intended, and now there's that plant that was building.
You should know, I was going to say, that at least Safe is playing close by. Will be dealt with. He could invest it here, a 2v3. Still want to go for this, and you know, actually coming back through pipes. All 3 will be noted. Nuki still has his paint shells as well. 1 blast pack to work with.
Okay, so the
nade will be invested here, forces 1 out, and they find it.
6 bullets, so left in the mag. That's not easy. Rothlo takes a boatload of damage. They tap the spike, get aggressive, and they're reading Colder Mentor. Lovely playback in from G2. They read him like a book. Gorgeous work from Hoodie, just to double check that timing.
Unless G2 misplay that with, you know, trying to stick a half defuse or something like that. But it's beautiful on the way back in. That's
really, really nice to watch. Now, again, though, we turn our minds to this round. Early flash down towards long. Should have noted, obviously not how many players, but there are players down there. Mixwell going to be posted up watching that hookah drop. 3-2 split for Guild. Not sure if they copped much of sight on Avova, but look, hell bent on trying to get over that. And actually falling away from this. Maybe just a note of some utilities really soured them here, and maybe a quick lean towards that 8 fight. But there's the response. It feels like it's been felt on both sides. The pendulum might swing back towards this A side, and it's rightly so, but an early rotation does come out from Nookie, so he's back over here. Keep in mind that paint shell, I think, did get thrown over towards that B site, so he's made quick rotations out of this and clears through well. That spike now found. I mean, a little dangerous from Russ there, and big information garnered. That's going to really spur on the confidence for this rotation. Flanks coming in from Hoodie as well. Colder Mentor actually dips away just in time, but Hoodie still good for another. That's huge information. Found the spike, yes, maybe in hand, but look at the numbers. It's Colder Mentor and Safe, and Safe's making a run for it. Gets the hell out of there, and yes, Mixwell's on the way, but this still should be safe enough passage for Safe to get the plant down. And there's still a player left lurking. That's Colder Mentor. Gonna try and leave Safe a little bit of room to work with here, but it's the best he could do is a 1v3. Says good luck and leaves him to it. One knife committed, and Safe trying to clear the close corners. No one's here just yet. Here's the TP, knows that now Viper coming through that way. 2 towards the site. Isolate 1. Oh,
No
yes,
way.
that's the follow-up. Safe. This could be ingenious. Actually dips away. This is nice work, making it harder. Buying more time. And oh, he's going to try and stick the diffuse over. He's got it
Not
halfway.
like this.
He ain't stopping. He ain't stopping. No shot. He's done it again.
Avova, absolute smoke. He's the definition of smoke criminal. The number of times we see Avova do this, it's insane to me.
And look how well he played this. You know, this would go on the, the little highlight at the end of the day, like, oh, look at this call, like 1v3 safety, and it's like, no, look what Avova's done to him. Oh, dearie me, that's not a nice feeling at all.
Well, what's next?
5-5.
We've almost seen it all here. I'm surprised this is still as close as it is, because this is an absolute brawl right now.
Oh, it's super brawly between these two teams. And look at the other utility trying to be invested just to deny this presence coming through. But he wins the fight along. Things now become a problem. The Safe just shoulders into the side, finding Mixwell, finding Hoodie. And now the sides could be swarmed. Guild just going back to the basics. Just bodies on the side, leaving Nookie and Meadow try and close this one out, do some more damage. And an early jump out from Nookie. Could have actually found him some damage, but it's not to be. Meadow's there, does catch Trex. Now the spike's gone down, but it doesn't matter. Russ gonna keep his cool. And another on the board. Guild just pick up the pace.
Last round before the switch.
It's almost hard to keep up with. Oh, this is something that Guild again just come out swinging. They're just paying no respect to the setup, to the utility, which it takes a lot, right? And ultimately, a lot of this rides on Safe. To have the trust that this double initiator composition is going to be able to, enable you to make plays like this. It's actually huge. Yeah, Guild are really impressing me on their attacking side.
Oh, I was there to hear it. I don't know what's up to an extent. I mean, again, this is a super deep default. I don't think there's too much to be read into this. And maybe just trying to feel out what the purchase is. Is there any stacks, any weird and wonderful plays, considering that I think Mixwell's the only one with a rifle? Yes.
Yeah.
So again, I don't mind that from Guild. I actually quite like that. Take a second, see if they're up to anything.
Again, I think Guild sit deep here just in anticipation of Nookie just throwing out the showstopper, right? Just trying to get hyper aggressive.
Sure.
In the early round. What we noted there with the boom bot, maybe that will force Guild to lean a little heavier towards B here, but Nookie, it's almost the bait and switch. He sent it out, and he's right here to greet this B here.
Look, it's not the first time we saw that. We saw the opposite happen before with the paint shell coming through. This man's everywhere. You can't escape him. Paint shell actually going to do really well. What?
What?
The arm on Nookie and the...
What?
Nookie hasn't seen either of these players. Either of them. And oh, he's desperate for it to land. He gets it.
Right.
Of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
of course.
This is exactly how this round was going to go, Hypoc. Did you ever doubt it?
forget everything you thought you knew about Valorant, because G2 bring nothing into this round, and they now find themselves with a 5v2 opportunity to tie things up 6-6 for the half. Nookie, man, what the hell?
Must be nice.
And then, of course, he wins that as well. Obviously, it's a flawless round victory. Why wouldn't it be? Play a little bit aggressively here. That'd be interesting to see, wouldn't it? You come back to the composition here. Ultimately, look for Guild to try and isolate 1 or 2 kills. I mean, I'm half expecting G2 to just stack up and deathball some of these rounds, honestly.
I'm with you in complete agreement. For now, heavy lean towards A site. 4-1 split. And the early battle for Shower is going to go firmly in the hands of the newly appointed attacking side, but Safe Fancy's taken a very brave fight. Going to fall away from that, but again, information found, rotation called in, 4 players down the A side for Guild. Clover does at least have a step towards the site itself, but it's rough to draw first blood, but a quick trade out from Shower that was instantly garnered by Nookie, and this guy's unleashed. And keep in mind, he's got Mixwell by his side, spamming away too. And for now, it is 3v2 though. Meadow and Mixwell. Can Meadow get close enough to bring that frenzy to the right range? Not really. Trex sitting deep towards CT, and it's just going to be Mixwell now. 1v3. A little bit of damage towards Trex and Safe, I guess, but that's about it, really. Fundamenta sitting pretty on the back lines. Not really called upon. Let's see what Mixwell can get out of it. Yeah, and these positions are very complementary. Gonna hold that spike very safe. Can Mixwell find Trex? Sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say, you might spot a shoulder, maybe?